NPH. Leaders in Canadian basketball.
Coach Cal's done a lot of work with like Derrick Rose and Tyreek Evans and a bunch of elite point guards. Is that a big part of why you chose Kentucky to play for a coach like that who's had experience grooming elite point guards?
Yeah, it was definitely one of the main factors. Just how he handles everybody and the team. Even with last year, of all those great players on one team, he just able to switch up his coaching style so quick. So he has a lot of intelligence in the game, and I trust his word and how he'll develop.
This would have been perhaps the first time an athlete announced his intentions on national television in Canada. Why did you think it was necessary, and what do you think it speaks to where basketball is?
Because I didn't attend a school in the States. I stayed in Canada, stayed at my home, so I just thought it was necessary for me to wear the flag and honor my country, and because it's done a lot for me, and I wouldn't be in this spot if it wasn't for them.
Talk about the pressure. Obviously, you live for big games, you played big. Are you ready for the Big Blue Nation, what those fans demand down there in Kentucky and Bluegrass State?
Of course. I've always lived up to the expectation, and I hold myself to a high expectation. So, that won't be a problem.
Now, you follow also in the footsteps of, obviously, Jamal Murray from the Toronto Raptors, and you join another Canadian fellow, Mychal Mulder. Talk about the tradition of Canadians at Kentucky now, man. And Drake.
I don't know what's happening. That's not my answer, but it definitely shows how much Canada's growing up, competing against the States, and eventually going to overcome them.
Jamal, you were expected to reclassify. Or why did you reclassify? You were expected to come out not this year, but next year. What prompted that decision?
Well, I had all the offers that I really needed. The situation was just right. To be honest, it was time for me to go. I really need to spend another year in high school. All that possibility of chance and all that injuries and all my academics were done, so it was really just time for me to go.
Jamal, Drew just mentioned the fans. How much were they a factor in this? Because they show a lot of love, but they've also shown a lot of hate in the past. Did they kind of factor in just the amount of support that they got?
I would say it's a factor. Just try to pay attention to it, but you can definitely see the love in the fans of both my top two schools. So either way, it's a toss-up between fans, but I chose Kentucky, and I know they'll represent me as well. I'll represent them.
Kentucky has a good class coming in. Obviously, Tyler Ulis, Isaiah Briscoe as well. With you joining that crew, that's going to be one tremendous backcourt at Kentucky.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine. I trust Coach Cal Farley. I have trust in the guys I'll be playing with, and we're gonna have a lot of fun with that.
Has Coach Cal said anything about where you'll be playing and what position you'll have as far as the split of minutes? I know he's going away from the platoon system, but I'm just wondering how he kind of presented the minutes to you.
Well, I'll be playing my natural position as the one, and then if he needs to move me around, I'll gladly move the two. So he can move me around. I can play multiple positions, offensively and defensively. So that's not really a factor.
How much do you thrive on and love competing for minutes and big roles on teams?
That's just part of practice. Practice supposed to be harder than the game, so you get what you earn. So if you go into practice and you really show up in practice, that's where your time shines.
Jamal, obviously there's much more attention paid to a Kentucky basketball player than there is to an Oregon basketball player. How much did that influence your decision?
I would say it didn't. I try not to pay attention to the attention. Just trying to focus on the end goal and where I want to be.
People, I've heard you say, or not heard, but read it, of you wanting to be the number one pick down the road. We might be getting ahead of ourselves here, but is that something that you see as attainable, knowing that there's already been two Canadians doing it?
Well, I'm sure everybody wants to do it, so I wouldn't see why I wouldn't be able to say it. So I just see myself as working hard and try and get to that spot and try and be at the top. That's the end goal, right? So I'm just trying to be a number one draft pick. Right now I'm focused on going to Kentucky and doing my work there.
Jamal, how much does this raise the profile of Kitchener basketball and Kitchener kind of scene there that's growing?
Just growing a lot. There's a lot of good talent in Kitchener that just need some extra coaching or some opportunities, just some more cameras for them to be shown out. So there's a lot of great players in there. Just they never really had an opportunity to show, and this would be great for them. Hopefully, this gives them some opportunity.
Then you heard a lot of people, and you heard it today as well. People already saying, you're going to be an NBA lottery pick, things like that. How do you manage to stay focused and just block all that out?
I've been going through that for a while. I don't pay attention to it. As you all know, I show everything to my dad, and he takes care of it. So I just focus on my academics and basketball, and that's what I just try to stay focused.
Was there a moment in time, maybe as you was growing up, that you saw that you realized, oh wow, like he can really make it? Like maybe a story or
I wouldn't say a moment in time. I think because there's lots of moments in his basketball development that you can say that, he's that good. I think he was about probably 2 years old. 2 years old about that. He held the ball, and it was just love. That's all I could. I took a picture, so I have the same picture. I have the picture. I took it and I said, one day he's gonna do something special with basket. And that was the moment that I know that he loved the sport, and he's willing to put his work in from that early age.